Viewers, there's been an embarrassing meltdown. Yes, I'm afraid to say yet again in the opposition ranks that underlines its fragility. This time it is the AAP and the Congress that have had a most unseemly public spat. The AAP has gone to the extent of delivering an ultimatum to the Congress. The AAP says if the Congress doesn't punish one of its senior most leaders, Ajay Maken in Delhi, it will have the Congress thrown out of the India Bloc. In other words, the AAP will call upon all the other members of the India Bloc to gang up against the Congress and kick the Congress out of the India Bloc. Stage a coup really against the Congress. The charges levelled against the Congress are extraordinarily serious and threaten to reduce not just the credibility of the party but also prompt several questions about the grand old party's commitment to constitutionalism. Listen, viewers, to Atishi, the Chief Minister of Delhi, as she rolls out the charges against the Congress.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी कांग्रेस के प्रत्याशियों की फंडिंग कर रही है। इसमें प्रमुख संदीप दीक्षित जी हैं, जिनको भारतीय जनता पार्टी से ऐसा सुनने में आया है कि फंड मिल रहा है। इनमें प्रमुख फरहाद सूरी हैं, जो जंगपुरा से चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं और सुनने में आया है कि उनको भारतीय जनता पार्टी से करोड़ों में फंड आ रहा है। आम आदमी पार्टी को हराने के लिए सांठगांठ करी है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को जिताने के लिए सांठगांठ करी है। अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी भारतीय जनता पार्टी को नहीं जिताना चाहती, अगर उनकी भारतीय जनता पार्टी से सांठगांठ नहीं है, तो फिर वो अगले 24 घंटे में अजय माकन के खिलाफ एक्शन लें, जिन्होंने अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को एंटी नेशनल कहा। और अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी अपने नेताओं के खिलाफ एक्शन नहीं लेती है, तो फिर आम आदमी पार्टी इंडिया गठबंधन के बाकी सभी घटक दलों से बात करेगी कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ अब एक अलायंस में नहीं रहा जा सकता।
What has triggered the Aam Aadmi Party is a Congress complaint, in fact not one but two, against Arvind Kejriwal, accusing him of, quote, misleading and deceiving, unquote, the public with promises of, quote, non-existent, unquote, welfare schemes. Recent remarks made by Ajay Maken that the Congress's decision to support the, quote, anti-national, unquote, AAP in 2013 led to its decline in Delhi has only rubbed salt into the wounds. In the first complaint, the Youth Congress's chief has written to the police saying AAP collecting sensitive personal data including voter ID details and phone numbers for non-existent schemes. The Delhi government's Women and Child Development Department had publicly distanced itself from the initiative, clarifying that no such scheme existed. This unequivocally establishes that the AAP has engaged in fraudulent practices, thereby breaching the trust of the people of Delhi, unquote. So that was one of the complaints. Another complaint was made by Sandeep Dikshit, who is the son of former Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, who Arvind Kejriwal defeated, if you remember, viewers, back in 2013. And in his complaint, this time to the Lieutenant Governor, he has said, and I quote, I have received information from some bureaucrats and police officers serving in the Punjab government, who obviously do not want their names to be revealed, that the AAP government in Punjab has been transferring cash in crores, from various locations in Punjab to Delhi. I have checked this information from my own officials in Punjab government who have confirmed my information. He also goes on to say, quote, AAP has deputed senior state intelligence officials from Punjab to spy on me. This has been confirmed to me by certain contacts in the Punjab government setup, unquote, viewers. The AAP's move comes close on the heels of the Trinamool Congress upping the ante against the Congress over leadership issues after its losses in Haryana and Maharashtra elections. Trinamool leaders had pitched Mamata Banerjee as the leader of the bloc. The call was widely supported by other members of the alliance. Viewers, let me just run you through and refresh your memory about what Mamata Banerjee has recently said. She said the Congress is unable to keep up with alliance partners. I can run alliance from Bengal, unquote. This is what she said. Lalu Prasad said, yes, Mamta should be given responsibility to lead the India bloc. Akhilesh Yadav said, if the Congress spreads confusion on seats and key issues, who will stand with them? Complete loss of faith, confidence, call it what you want, in the Congress. IP Singh of the Samajwadi Party says Rahul Gandhi may be 55, but he acts like a juvenile. Very strong, very, very strong reactions. Omar Abdullah, Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, very close to Rahul Gandhi at one level. If you don't trust EVMs, he says, don't fight the polls. So completely puncturing the EVM balloon, excuse, bahana, call it what you want to, that the Congress constantly throws up. The Shiv Sena UBT in Samna has said, arrogance of Congress's Maharashtra unit to blame for the poll defeat, unquote. This spat between now the AAP and the Congress is most unfortunate. It is also betrayal, viewers, of public trust, of us. Let's never forget that a strong, responsible and united opposition is an essential feature of a fully functioning democracy. Some even say the strength of a democracy is judged by the effectiveness of the opposition. The opposition is tasked by us to hold the government accountable because it is well known that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Continuous ego clashes, one-upmanship and a slide to the bottom of the moral and ethics plane is to trivialize public and frankly national interest, viewers, and that's what's happening in the India alliance on a daily basis. The incidents raise some very big questions, and let's ask these questions of our panel tonight, viewers. Let's open this up. This is an important debate because, as I told you, at stake really is the future of our democracy. If the India alliance is going to be this rabble that can't see eye to eye, we've got a massive problem. Massive problem. We're also hoping for the Congress to be represented on this panel via Sanjay Jha. We're hoping that he will be connected soon. I want to first begin with the AAP. And I wish Sanjay Jha had been here actually to listen to your response. But let me bring in the AAP today. A very good evening to you. Ms. Gupta, the question is simple. The Congress says your meltdown is a sign of a desperate attempt to find scapegoats to pin the blame for your loss, impending loss. In fact, Sandeep Dixit told this to me earlier today, and I will play out some excerpts of that conversation I had with him in just a few moments. The Congress says, if it was with the BJP, and if it was the BJP's B team, why did you tie up with it in the 2024 Lok Sabha polls? Can you answer this question?
Just have a look.
See, the Lok Sabha polls alliance was for a larger good for the country, where we wanted to protect the constitution. Bharatiya Janata Party सारे में बोल रही थी कि 400 पार चाहिए. They wanted to change the constitution. We followed the dharma of the alliance. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal campaigned for all the Congress candidates in Delhi and Chandigarh. But now, Mr. Ajay Maken cannot go around saying that Arvind Kejriwal ji is an anti-national. अगर उनकी लड़ाई है तो उनकी लड़ाई होनी चाहिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी से. ये कोई नई बात नहीं है. कांग्रेस हरियाणा में भी चुनाव इसी वजह से हारी, because they are not able to discipline their state leaders, they are not able to control the infighting, and we see the same thing happening in Delhi. As far as the Congress is concerned, they are nowhere in Delhi. एक इनके पास ढंग के 4 कैंडिडेट नहीं है, इनके पास कोई कार्यकर्ता नहीं है, पिछले 10 सालों से एक एमएलए भी नहीं है, और अब बिल्कुल क्लियर हो चुका है कि वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बी टीम की तरह काम कर रहे हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की भाषा बोल रहे हैं.
कब से कर रहे हैं?
नहीं तो
Since when have they been the B team?
Since the time that they decided to contest the Delhi elections. नहीं तो आप देखिए ना, today the issue is about Sahab Singh Barma's
So are you
son.
saying, ma'am, are you saying that all these protests that are going on in parliament, etc., these are all just staged for optics? There's no substance to them. It's tokenism, opposition for the sake of opposition, but actually they're all, in cahoots with Modi, that Rahul Gandhi and Modi have some private, back channel bonding going on. What exactly are you saying, Reena Gupta? Because this is not sounding very, how should one put it? I mean, it's not sounding, I mean, it's sounding infirm actually. Logically
why is it sounding infirm, Rahul? Why is it sounding infirm?
I can't understand, Ms. Gupta, that are you saying that Rahul Gandhi, who wears, the Ambedkar poster, or before that the Adani shirt, etc., is basically just doing this for, I don't know, effect? Because actually they are all in cahoots with each other. I mean, that doesn't quite square up, does it?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the Congress party, their central leadership, is not able to discipline their state leaders. And we saw the same thing happening in West Bengal as well. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary was the one who was abusing Mamta ji, even though there was an alliance.
No, but if that was the case, why is the TMC asking for Rahul Gandhi? No, if that is the case, then why is the TMC asking for...
Let me complete my thought, please.
Finish.
What I'm saying is that every political party has a right to contest. Congress has a right to contest in Delhi. But Congress should decide whether their real enemy is Bharatiya Janata Party or their enemy is Aam Aadmi Party. The way they are behaving right now, they are only helping Bharatiya Janata Party. And that is the reason that we are saying that they are working as B team of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay, let me ask you, Ms. Gupta. Final question before I open this up. Sanjay Jha is there. Pradeep Bhandari is also there. And of course, political analyst and senior fellow of the IPS is also there. IPCS is also there. Abhijit Mitra. They're all keen observers of politics, have views, strong ones at that. Ms. Gupta, I just want to ask you this question because I find it strange that you say, okay, there's a disconnect between the center and the state level. But some of your own partners, the TMC, Lalu Prasad, Akhilesh, are all saying Rahul is the problem. So if Rahul is the problem, he's not just sprung up on the scene overnight, yesterday, day before, or after the election. He's been there with the party all through, and your alliance was with Rahul Gandhi at the national level. So the same problem manifested itself in, May, June 2024. Same problem manifests itself and you continue to hold their hand, etc., etc. I don't understand what's going on here. This is really spinning me.
So I think it's the culture of the party and the central leadership that they are not able to discipline and speak the same language.
Okay.
Because I mean, if Ajay Maken in Delhi is saying that Arvind Kejriwal is an anti-national, does Rahul Gandhi agree with that? If he doesn't, then he needs to discipline.
No, but he's not
Ajay
in
Maken.
the opposition. So why do you think that he is actually saying something that doesn't hold ground? Maybe he's saying the truth. And you've got a problem with the truth. Maybe, I don't know. Let me bring in Sanjay Jha. Sandeep Dikshit is also going to be joining us in just a few moments. Sanjay Jha, I want to ask you. The AAP says that the party is basically headless. It is not in charge at the state level. That it is a liability in any alliance because of this disconnect between the head and the tail or the body and the head. And that you are the B team of the BJP. In fact, two of your tallest leaders in Delhi, and clearly the center has fielded them because it thinks that they can win the election, are actually in the pockets of the BJP. They're funded by the BJP. This opens two or three questions. And the first one being, of course, that has the Congress now been totally exposed as a liability in the India bloc? With your last remaining big ally, and you just heard Ms. Gupta, and I deliberately pressed on with the question so she would go into the minutiae of her grievances and her party's grievances with the Congress. So, I mean, why shouldn't anyone call the India bloc today out as this opportunistic rabble without a moral backbone? You're taking money from here, you're, kind of running down your own allies. What's going on?
Rahul, good evening to you and to,
Yes, sir.
and to the fellow panelists of mine. I have a lot of respect for Reena because I think she's one of the more nuanced spokespersons from Aam Aadmi Party, and I think she usually makes a very pertinent point. I would just like to take your memory back to the time when the Congress got annihilated in Delhi. And what has happened to the Congress is that there is a lot of internal angst over the fact that the entire legacy of Sheila Dikshit, who, frankly speaking, built New Delhi literally from ground up, was devastated and completely, shall we say, blown apart by the Aam Aadmi Party's successful political campaign. But in politics, you got to move on. I agree that the Congress has every reason to believe that it was done in by a very aggressive campaign by Arvind Kejriwal as part of IAC and later on AAP. But today, I will agree with Reena to a great extent that although the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress and the BJP it's in a tripartite contest, the truth remains that the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party have to recognize the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is, frankly speaking, a more authoritarian Narendra Modi government at the center. And the two common elements, and I want to draw your attention to that, where both Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress will completely agree, is the abuse of state power by the BJP, which has hurt both the Congress and AAP. And take the classic example of the Enforcement Directorate, and take also the example of the Election Commission, which has clearly been up to a lot of sleight of hand political tactics. So here is the truth. The truth is that the Congress party has to reconcile to the reality. It's got an uphill battle in
Sir,
Delhi.
Sanjay
But-
Jha, look,
Yeah.
the fundamental point is that there is a person picked by Rahul Gandhi to take on Kejriwal from a very influential seat. His name is Sandeep Dixit. He has a great legacy, as in he is the political heir of Sheila Dixit, who was one of the long-serving stellar Delhi chief ministers. And he is saying that the choice is between the BJP and a deceitful, anti-national party that abuses its power in office to fool voters. And he has taken a complaint to the Lieutenant
Rahul-
Governor.
Rahul, let
The
me-
Youth Congress has gone to the police.
Yeah.
Are
yeah.
you
So
saying that
Rahul-
these people are liars? That, Ajay Maken and the others like Sandeep Dixit, who you must also know and must have respect for, are liars? That they're doing this at the behest of somebody else? Because that's what the AAP is saying. This has crossed all boundaries now.
Okay, Rahul, let me answer you very succinctly. Because both Ajay and Sandeep happen to be good friends of mine. Let me tell you, and I want to also tell them through your show, that the Congress in this election must fight it on the politics of development alternatives.
No, forget that,
This is
sir.
not the
They
time
are
for a
saying
campaign
that
of
for
slander.
Delhi to be developed,
The
we need to
campaign
get
of
rid of the
slander
AAP.
will
It is
work.
anti-national. It is deceitful. It is using its time in office. It's abusing its power to fool people with schemes. And Sandeep Dixit told me that the charge under the old IPC, and he says, quote unquote, I can't quite remember the code under the BNS, is 420. Cheating.
Well, I can tell you one thing, the Congress party, including Sandeep and Ajay, by making these very absurd and atrocious comments, very the
Atrocious.
BJP vocabulary, calling Arvind Kejriwal anti-national is frankly ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
The Congress should not indulge in stooping low to counter.
Viewers, but they are.
by such
They are.
cheap
So
rhetoric.
has the
It's not
Congress
correct.
lost all credibility? See, either one of them is wrong. Either it's the AAP or it's the Congress. It can't be both. This is bizarre, viewers. I'm telling you, it's bizarre. I started by saying this is an epic meltdown. We don't know what is happening. The alternatives are squabbling. The alternatives to the BJP are saying that each other can't be trusted. If they don't trust each other, how do they expect the voter to trust them? This is crazy, viewers. I've never seen this in Indian politics. I mean, I've been covering politics since I was 20. 30 years it's been. I have not come across a situation like this where two people who were 6 months ago best friends, who were till 2 days ago best friends, are today trading charges like this. Pradeep Bhandari, what is going on? Let me bring in the BJP before I bring in Mr. Mitra.
Well, Rahul,
I mean, if you
First of
don't win
all-
now, Mr. Bhandari, with these two, I mean, I'm sorry, you won't win at all. Delhi for the next 10 years. If you can't take advantage of this, sorry, but I mean, you've got it on a platter.
well, Rahul, if you recall and remember, many of you were used to say that we could never win Odisha. We won Odisha with Mr. Naveen Patnaik at the helm of affairs. We still won Odisha. We won it convincingly. We never give up on any election, Rahul. But let me recall and tell your viewers what happened on December 23rd, 2024. Do you remember, Rahul, what happened on December 23rd, 2024?
Yeah.
A very, very important event happened.
Yes.
It's related to this. Mr. Manish Tiwari did a joint press conference with the Aam Aadmi Party saying that we will fight the Chandigarh mayor elections together.
Yeah.
And now, just in 72 hours, you have the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party fighting against each other. Because the truth of the matter, Rahul, is that both the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party know that they are sitting in the opposition. First of all, it is very clear, Rahul, there are 2 points to it. A, that Aam Aadmi Party is facing a massive anti-incumbency on the ground. Because the Aam Aadmi Party till a week back was saying that the Congress Party is a non-entity in Delhi. And the truth is the Congress Party is a non-entity in Delhi with only 5% of vote share on the table in the last 2 elections.
Yeah.
But despite that, the Aam Aadmi Party is so scared of losing Delhi that they are making Congress attacking the Aam Aadmi Party a larger election issue. That is number one. Allow me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Point number 2. The reality is that even a party like Aam Aadmi Party, which is not even 1/10 the size of the Congress Party, shows Rahul Gandhi its true place, saying that Rahul Gandhi, if you do not do anything, we will throw you out of the India alliance. Imagine Aam Aadmi Party with only election, with government in Delhi, which is a quasi-state, and Punjab is saying to Congress Party that we will throw you out of the India alliance. This is how people in the India alliance treat Rahul Gandhi. And this is what we had predicted before the Lok Sabha elections. The Prime Minister had said that this India alliance, which is a media creation, will fall apart. And this is why the people of India reject them, because they do not have any common ground. And Rahul, on a technical point, all of them fight for the same vote, which is the Tushtikaran vote. The Congress Party.
That's a separate issue. That's a separate issue. Let's not. No, 1 second. Today it's about clarity. The Delhi voter, in fact, the national voter doesn't know. Mr. Iyer Mitra, I'll bring you in. I'll bring you in, man. 1 second. 1 second, Mr. Bhandari. Okay, 1 second. Just 1 second. I want to bring in Ms. Gupta. Ms. Gupta, 1 second. I think you're on mute. First of all, I don't know, something's wrong, but I can't hear you. Your lips are moving, but I can't hear you. Just, can you bear with me for 30 seconds? Let me bring in Mr. Mitra. He's waited quite a long time, and after that, you can come in. No problems with that. Just give me 30 seconds. I want to bring in Mr. Mitra. Mr. Mitra, as I said, a responsible opposition, and this is certainly sounding like a rabble, not a responsible opposition, is needed in our democracy. We should actually be, in some ways, goading these individuals to come together, close ranks. But I think we're benefiting from this business of exposing each other, because now we really know who what is made of.
So, Rahul, the problem is in their public speeches, they all say they're convinced they can defeat Modi. But they've lost 3 elections in a row now, and they probably realize now that they can't defeat Modi. So what you're seeing now is classic resource competition and the cannibalism that goes with it. You see, what happened in the general election this time was that the Congress staged a remarkable comeback in Punjab. We thought the Congress had been wiped out, and it came back with such a bang. It's probably going to swallow the AAP alive in the next election, the state election that happens in Punjab. Now, they believe that they can pull off the same thing in Delhi as well. The issue, of course, is all of this suits the BJP perfectly well. The BJP isn't in any position to gain anything in Punjab out of it, but Delhi they absolutely are. Now, what can the Congress do to its party worker in Delhi when the Congress party worker here is saying we need to contest, we need to contest? They can't say, no, we're going to swallow it for the national cause. But you see, at the same time, if the Congress contests this election properly, as in if they put up a fight, unlike, when Pradeep was saying in the last 2 elections where they only got 5%, then it is advantage BJP, because a 2-way split of the anti-BJP vote benefits the BJP, right? Now, all of this means that the Congress, if they're really serious about defeating Modi, they need to take one for the team and say, we're not really going to contest. But that doesn't seem to be the case, because realistically, they can't tell their party workers. That will mean the complete dissolution of the Delhi party. So what do? This is the classic case. This is why was it in the 9-seat by-election you saw in UP? Where was the India Alliance at that point of time?
None. No, nowhere. None. Only SP. SP said,
Only
please,
SP.
leave.
Only SP. So this is the classic case where the internal contradictions, they start blooming and they reach a criticality at that point.
But Mr. Mitra, this is very strange, and I want to bring in Ms. Gupta also. Let me just flesh this out a little bit. 3 days ago, one of the Politburo members of the CPM comes out and says that Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi in Wayanad won on the back of communal Muslim Islamist support. These were not my words, exactly his words. Please look it up, viewers.
Yes.
He used the word communal, Muslim, Islamist support, hardliners, saying if you look at the front and the back of their procession, that's all you'll see. This is another ally. Mamata Banerjee says, get rid of Rahul Gandhi. I'll lead the alliance and we'll do something about it. Samajwadi Party says thumbs up. Lalu says thumbs up. Today, AAP is saying there's a massive problem. And I want to come to Reena Gupta. You've, tried to, at least you're sane enough, madam. And as perhaps, Sanjay Jha has said, that you are nuanced enough to draw a distinction between the center and the state, at least giving yourself a fig leaf. But if tomorrow, Maken doesn't apologize, what's going to happen? Are you going to say this is still a state level issue? Obviously, he's not going to apologize because he has the full backing of the center of Rahul Gandhi. Then what do you do?
We have already said that if Maken doesn't apologize, then we will talk to other partners, alliance partners in the India alliance, and we will see what course of action needs to be taken.
You said throw them out. I mean, that's what Mr. Atishi Mandlena said. Throw them, I'll kick you out, she said.
But Rahul, as far as the Delhi elections are concerned, Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party are nowhere. It is Aam Aadmi Party all the way.
No, that's okay. I'm not getting into all of that. Ma'am, see, this is not that debate. This is not that debate. This is a much more fundamental debate. This is about democracy. It is about the stake of democracy, yes. Mr. Bhandari, quickly. I'm sure you'll win, ma'am. I'm sure.
Can I complete? The real issue today is,
one second, let her finish.
Can I complete? The real issue today is that the Bharatiya Janata Party is so rattled, they have started distributing cash for votes.
Ma'am, look, if some private leader wants to give cash from his hard-earned money and he has the, I don't know, you've gone to the ED, hope there is an investigation, I would call out for one. But in case it is his hard-earned money and he wants to give it to whoever, that is his problem. I mean, if he wants to bet on that because he's feeling sorry for the people out there, that's his call. He can be charitable, but that's not the issue today. The issue is, viewers, the issue is, okay, that's fine. You can please take it up. Go to the police. Go to the police. Mr. Bhandari wants to respond to you on that charge. Go to the police. There should be an ED investigation. Yes, go ahead.
It's too rich coming from a party which has not deposited 1,000 rupees in the women of Punjab from the last 2.5 years. But let me come to the moot point. Rahul, are you not thinking that the Aam Aadmi Party is doing another melodrama? It was Ajay Maken who had filed the primary complaint on the entire charge of the liquor scam in which Arvind Kejriwal had gone to jail. And despite that, Arvind Kejriwal did the alliance with the Congress party.
Okay.
Did Ajay Maken...
No, let me bring in the man of the match. Right now, man of the moment. I don't know who the man of the match will be. Man of the moment. Let's bring in the man of the moment. Sanjay Jha, listen to this. Mr. Dikshit, thank you very much for speaking to me. You are making certain charges, complaints really. You've gone to the LG. What are these complaints, Mr. Dikshit?
Okay, I'll just take a couple of minutes doing that. If you remember, some time back, the Aam Aadmi Party started talking about this Mahila Samman Yojana, where they said that they will give 2,100 rupees to every woman every month. And that's fine. Every party can make a promise. It may be a promise you can fulfill or not. That's not the issue. And we have no problem with whatever wish you make. We will make our counter wishes. But they made another statement. They started saying that they already have a scheme going in which they are giving 1,000 rupees per month for every woman. That will come into their bank accounts before the election. And after the election, it will be increased to 2,100. So they made a fundamental difference between a promise and a scheme that is already under execution. Otherwise, money will not come into your pocket. And you also know that in government, until there is an administrative approval and a financial approval, not a single rupee can go into anybody's pocket. Having said that, it became quite clear that they have already implemented a Mahila Mukhyamantri scheme, and perhaps they will increase the money after the election. So the 2,100 promise was not the issue. What we started questioning was that we said that this is nothing but a political gimmick just before elections, because they had made a similar promise in Punjab which they did not implement. They've been in Punjab for 2.5 years. They could have also implemented the same scheme in Delhi because it was an Aam Aadmi Party scheme and they had not done that. And we constantly kept saying that there is a Congress credibility because we have done that in our southern states. In fact, even BJP has implemented similar schemes in Maharashtra and in Madhya Pradesh. This criticism was going on when suddenly we were surprised yesterday when the Delhi government, and Atishi is Chief Minister of Delhi government, so basically you can almost say that she herself printed an advertisement contradicting herself, where the advertisement said that this is a fraud, no such scheme has found any sanction, there is no such scheme that is existing. So clearly Atishi Marlene, the Chief Minister of Delhi, and Mr. Kejriwal are perpetrating a total fraud on the people of Delhi, and that's not what I'm saying, that's what their advertisements are saying. Fraud. I took a letter to the LG to say that an inquiry should be instituted. Wow. If this is really a fraud, then this statement that there is an ongoing scheme that will give them rupees 1,000 a month comes under the category of the earlier Indian Penal Code of section 420. What it has changed to now, I don't know. So action should be taken against them. The police should be requested to stop Aam Aadmi Party from doing this kind of action all over Delhi, because it is perpetrating a fraud. And also, since the scheme does not exist, on what basis are they going around and fooling people, and under the false pretext of a scheme collecting personal data? And this personal data...
Mr. Dikshit, the Delhi Chief Minister is also saying that you have been bought out by the BJP. That's why you're sounding a lot like them.
Okay, let me first state that I think the critique of the government that was made yesterday by Mr. Maken is nothing new. I mean, I don't know whether you've ever followed me, but for the last 10 years, I've been severely criticizing the misgovernance of Aam Aadmi Party. Yeah. I'm the only person who's tried to destroy their education and health model. The BJP, in fact, has never said anything of what I've said. Very often, they take data from me and quote. So I think if somebody is setting a script, whether it is something that is popular in Delhi or not, I think I'm the one who's been setting that script. So I don't think this charge holds against me. As far as the BJP is concerned, I think I've been a bitter critique of BJP. I don't attack personalities. I don't go, as vicious and as, almost using words that should not be used in politics the way Aam Aadmi Party uses, or the way Kejriwal, use words against my late mother or against Congress leaders or others. I don't get into that kind of nonsense. But I think I've been more critical of BJP than the Aam Aadmi put together has ever been. Thirdly, they are in government. If they believe that there is an iota of truth in the fact that I have any alliance with the BJP, why don't they prove it? And Rahulji, you've seen in the past 10-12 years, Atishi herself, Mr. Sisodia, Mr. Kejriwal have made the most vicious allegations against my late mother, against Congress leadership. The kind of rumors they've spread about me, almost everybody knows. And I've been asking them constantly that you are a bunch of liars, you are a bunch of people who have only perpetrated fraud. Why don't you prove a single statement against me or my late mother or my party? They've not been able to do that. So for somebody that has continuously spoken lies for almost 10-12 years, what is the reason that anything else said by them against me should ever be believed?
Prove your charge, you're saying. Prove your charge. You use the word fraud not once, not twice, but 3 times, Mr. Dikshit. Thank you very much for speaking to me. This story, viewers, is telling us that there is a massive problem within the India bloc, that only power, opportunism are the glue. There is no vision, there is no mission, there is no absolute endeavor to serve the public interest. This is about self-serving, and they can go to any lengths, even coming out and making claims against the other, threatening each other with expulsion, even ready to stake the alliance. Viewers, this marks a very cynical turn in Indian politics, and it is coming 6 months, barely 6 months after the Lok Sabha election. We're just a few days away from 2025. And if you really want to see the government being held to account, you have to be concerned about the state of the India bloc. And I have a feeling, viewers, the only way now forward is for it actually to formally disband. At least there, and then they will, at least individually, they will want to pick on the government, try to buttonhole it on myriad of different issues. They can try floor coordination in the parliament. But right now, viewers, since they're exposing each other, they're giving a free run to the BJP. And that, as you know, viewers, one party getting a free run is never good. It's never good. And I'm saying this, viewers, because at the end of the day, it's our interest that matters.